So don't you be thinking that I'm going to do no spoof because...
What is that about? He even told me I was not the real Mr. H.
The technology was in the hands of the common person. So, you want to know what I think of the most subscribed channels, don't you? Well, I'm going to tell you what I think. But first, I'm going to tell you what I think about fame and celebrities. That's right. Mr. E is going to tell you. I shoot from the hip. Celebrities, people who get noticed. For what reason? It's kind of a collective consciousness. The public wants something that they can relate to.
Exterminate! Annihilate! Destroy!
The public wants, like, a Superman. Someone could call California from New York, and they can both talk about Superman. Did you see Superman? Superman was on the talk show. Yeah. I can relate to that. Oh, I didn't like Superman in that last movie. Oh, I saw Superman. Yeah. I didn't like it either. So fame has something to do with people relating to each other across the country and across the world. But most of them are actors. Check that out today. Famous actors. Why are famous actors? I mean, what the hell are they famous for? Stupid popular movies that we were forced to watch because there was nothing else to watch. There was nothing else in the theater. So now these people are supposed to be famous. I mean, like Brad Pitt. Who is Brad Pitt? I mean, whatever. Who's he? What did he ever do except act in a movie? Who is he in real life? Nobody. You starting to see the picture now? Starting to see the picture? He don't have a real life. He can't function without all that money, without all that fame. No, he don't got nothing without that. Because the devil made those people. See, the devil uses those people. If you see any one of these people, you take a look at them and their fame. They got nothing without that money. You see, the difference is, a real person, whether they have money or whether they don't, they got the ups and downs of the financial roller coaster. But they're still real. You could still relate to them. But on the other hand, if you see a famous person and they lose all their money, they can't function. It's like the Wicked Witch of the Wizard of Oz movie. Away. Like vaporized. See, that's the thing that I realized about this culture that we're living in now. There's no reality. It's not a reality-based thing. I wanted to talk in general about acting, because acting is like predominant in this century, since the 20th century, I should say. And prior to that, acting was like not such a big deal. People were just like normal. Today there's a lot of deception. You watch a movie and it's entertainment. But what the f is entertainment? What is entertainment? What are we doing to ourselves? What is that? Some kind of like fictionalized world? Like the normal, natural world is not good enough? What are we trying to escape from? So there's all these movies and TV and all this garbage like hurled at us. Just like vomit, just puke all over. And there it is, these celebrities. Like puke across the face of the public. Disgusts me. Where are the real people that stand for something? Let me give you one example. Just one. Her name is Julia Butterfly Hill. She is a famous person. In my book, she's also a famous real person who has some value for society. She is like a tree hugger, in case you don't know. By the way, when I say famous, it doesn't mean maybe you forget the name. She was the one that went up the tree, the very large old tree, and she lived up there for like, I think over 2 years. They documented it, and it was publicized because she was living up in that tree, which is unusual. I mean, how many of you live up in a tree? How many of you are watching me on YouTube right now while you're in a tree? Nobody, right? Nobody. The tree is called Luna, and there was a book written about it anymore. And I just wanted to use her as an example as a real person that is famous. Somebody that stood for something, whether you agree with it. Now, getting back to my point about famous people. What point do we have to be obsessed with them? Why don't we like diversity? Why can't we look at somebody that we've never seen before on YouTube and just like have the ability to relate to them, see them for the first time and say, oh yeah, I know that, I can dig that, and then move on to the next. And if you want to, you can come back to that channel. But why promote it in such a big way that it like drowns out everything else? See, that's why you're going to understand about Mr. E. I'm the anti-hero. If I ever get too big, I will cancel myself out. I'm obsessive. And that'll cause, and I will always bring the attention back to them, back to themselves. I never want to suck up all the attention, make a person obsessed with something that's ridiculous. Because no matter how real you think my life is, no matter how much you relate to it, you have to return back to your own life. And I will not start any personality cult. I will not take any followers. And I will certainly not become famous. And I will certainly not become famous because I'll knock that idea right down. I'm not here for followers. And I will certainly not become famous.
What did they get you?
Hey, are you that Mr. E guy? Who's Mr. E though?
Any of them? I'm Mr. E.
No Mr. E.
What do you mean? I am Mr. E.
I'm the real Mr. E.
Don't represent yourself as me.
I'm Mr. E.
I am Mr. E. I'm Mr. E.
Are you Mr. E?
Yes, I am. Here's my card.